I mean, I want to, you know.
Yeah.
I want to see how the sequel turns out.
It's definitely worth like a second visit to Rapture if you're a fan of the original game.
Yeah, but
I love the whole
not for
£40,
but that is nowhere. This game's not worth £40. They could have used the plasmids for more puzzles, but I mean, come on. I'll use like 3 of the plasmids.
I'll get it later on in the year. I mean, I want to wait till all these nice
that's the best.
Come
That's the best thing. That's the best thing.
I'll get it.
I mean, like one of the problems I had of it, just to go for something for a bit, was that you only probably use 3 of the main. You probably use the fire, electric, maybe the ice. I mean, there's no reason for you to use any of the other plasmids. You're not kind of pushed into using other plasmids. Like the game should kind of push you to use the other plasmids. Like the B one, I never used that because I never had to use it, but it's there. So I mean, like, come on, at least use it for like at least once.
I mean, I used it in Z1, but yeah, wrapping it up, I'd say BioShock 2, great sequel. Go and buy it if you like the first one. I'd say even play it if you haven't played the first one because it really doesn't have anything to do. There's a few nice things for people who have played the first game. But I'd definitely say buy it. It's definitely a great game. Definitely something worth checking out.
Say, Tom here is having a romantic evening with a gal. What would impress her more than lighting the fireplace with a snap of your fingers?
Okay, last but not least, X10 happened last night. A few games got some solid release dates. We've got some new covers and some nice box arts. One thing I must say is that we finally have got a date for the Halo Reach beta. I know everyone's been waiting. It's coming out on May 3rd. Everyone that have your ODST discs ready because you'll be able to access the multiplayer beta on May 3rd. Major Nelson was saying anyone without it won't be able to access the demo, so make sure you have your ODST disc ready. You can, and if you don't, just go out and buy it. You can pick it up for quite cheap now, can't you?
Yeah, pick it up for at least half price.
Yeah,
like 20 quid, 15 quid.
I've seen it for cheap. Look around on the internet, and get it. It's a good game if you haven't played it anyway. Moving on though, Alan Wake, finally May 18th. A solid release date, no more TBA.
no more coming soon.
No more delays.
Yeah, I mean, it got shown ages ago before I even had my Xbox.
Yeah,
it's one of the reasons I did buy my 360.
2005,
E3 2005. Yeah, we've finally got a solid release date, so I can't wait. It's shaping up quite well.
It looks quite good.
Yeah, it does look very good.
It sounds ridiculous, I think. For a game
Here we go.
For a game that's very like story based, the story doesn't make any sense. It's not interesting.
Why?
Because he's moved to a town.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't moved. He's on vacation.
Well, he's moved vacation.
He's moved, with his wife. He's a writer, and he's had 2 years worth of writer's block. She takes him there to try and bring back his creative flow, and it's a really nice setting. Like, I can see why she would, but she gets stolen, and the person that kidnapped her, she disappears. I don't know. He assumes that someone's kidnapped her.
Yeah, I think he does assume that someone's taken her.
And for him to get her back, he has to give them a manuscript for a book he doesn't know he's written. So first of all, how does he know the pages he's picking up?
Okay, that's the thing. It may be a bit far-fetched, but it just comes together when you play the game.
But that's why you want to play the game, because it's a story-based game. But if the story doesn't make sense, why should I be interested in the rest of the game?
I hope Alan Wake's going to be one of those games with a nice twist at the end.
But how can you understand the twist if you don't understand the story?
Yeah, but I mean, as far as we know, yeah, he's moved to this town. What's it called?
Some idiot.
Something Falls.
Yeah,
small town.
Bright Falls.
Hold on. No, never mind.
His wife disappears, and basically, like Hayla said, he's got to find manuscript for a book he doesn't remember writing or hasn't written to get her back. But I think there's more going on than that. I don't think it's just as simple as that.
There's much more going on than that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's psychological thriller. So I don't.
I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's an episodic game, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
mean, it's based on it has some sort of form of TV show.
TV show.
Format, psychological thriller.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like watching the first episode of a TV series. It's like you don't know what's going to happen throughout the whole
if this
of
was
the
a
whole
TV
series.
I probably wouldn't watch more than the first episode.
Yeah,
sense.
Well, I see 3 of us would, Kayla.
I
No, yeah, it's. I think
it's
looked promising ever since I've seen it. I've been waiting for it.
I think.
Yeah, I was looking forward
good.
to it too. I remember seeing it at E3, but now that they've told me what the story is.
Well, it's never going to be similar. It's not going to give the whole thing away.
Yeah, I know.
Definitely.
I think it looks good. I mean,
what the hell?
I think it looks good. I mean, it's a fresh take. You know what I mean? This whole TV show thing. It's a cool, fresh take. Personally, I don't know if it's me, but I think it has some sort of similarities to Silent Hill.
Sort of.
Is it going to be a long game though? Because books are quite long, and if you're picking up page by page, I don't understand how it might get a bit repetitive.
Maybe it's a short book. No, I think it looks very, very promising. Very, very promising. I'm so happy that it's not far away.
Yeah,
it's actually coming out.
Kind of fell off my radar because it got delayed so many times, and I just don't follow games that keep getting delayed because it usually turn out to be a bit rubbish. So, but I mean, after seeing some gameplay footage, I've kind of followed it now. It looks good.
Yeah,
it's against a lot of great games.
I like it.
Definitely.
No, go on.
I'm looking forward to the 0 punctuation review of it, so I can get some good laughs.
Okay. Well, light plays a big role in the game, as we've seen in mostly all the trailers and the gameplay videos. Enemies are sensitive to the light. You can set traps for enemies. You can use flares to kind of set enemies away from you as you're walking by them. I think the episodic thing worked quite well.
I mean, no one's really done this before at TV, so
apart from the great game that is Lost.
Yeah, but then again, some games have that sort of TV show formula. I mean, like games like Mad World.
But I mean, that's kind of like cartoony.
Yeah.
This is kind of more realistic.
More realistic, yeah.
No one tried to go for that realistic.
Well, it was supposed to be free roam, but that got removed. But the developer did say that there would be a lot for the player to explore, didn't they?
Yeah.
There's a day and night time cycle in the game, which is actually controlled by the developers, controlled by Remedy, to create suspense and drama at the right times, at the appropriate times. So it's not
a bit like a TV show.
Yeah,
I love a good horror game, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, a game apparently done by August, and it's undergoing final polishing. I think it looks great.
Yeah,
I think it looks great. Even the parts where he was walking. Yeah, and then
the atmosphere is really nice. I mean, you can tell that the developers and the creative people at the game company studio, paid a nice attention to detail. I mean, the atmosphere, the foggy atmosphere,
the tree.
It gives a really nice feeling of a sort of movie like or TV like thriller. You know what I mean? I mean, I like the whole physics of the trees and they're all rustling and stuff, and the trees are just collapsing and.
It definitely, I don't get scared by games, but I mean, if I was playing that by myself, I probably would be scared.
I think you would have been more scared if it was first person.
Nah.
I don't think so.
You can anticipate what's coming. You can see it before you see it.
Yeah, but I mean,
but for example, take the bit of gameplay when he was walking towards that car, and you just saw an axe, like whatever it was, like a
it was an axe.
But when people are creeping up behind you, for example, I see it before I would see it because I see it coming up to them rather than me turning round, and I just see it as. With those third-person games like Dead Space as well, after a while you kind of guess when something's going to come at you. Whereas if it was first-person, you're always looking around. Because
look at Resident Evil, that scared the shit out of me when I was like 15 or however old I was.
Silent Hill as well.
Because you don't have to turn around as much because you can see behind him anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think the game looks promising. I think it looks good. It's got some cool set pieces as well.
Yeah.
Like a bit with the car driving itself. No, it does look very good, and it's definitely, like you said, back on my radar now.
Yeah,
it's definitely something that
because Remedy kind of missed the mark with Max Payne 2. that game wasn't that good. Yeah, I think this is the next game after Max Payne 2, if I'm right.
Yeah, and it's been in development for so long; they've got no excuse why should it be good.
Well, it might get a curse of long development, so it may not be good.
Don't happen to two humans.
Yeah, okay, alright, well, finally, Dead Rising 2, we got a release date on that too, so that's August 31st for you guys in the States, and September 3rd for us lot in Europe. We haven't really seen much of the story, but you kind of Dead Rise.
I'm glad it doesn't. It's just simple. Like you go through waves of people, zombies, kill them. Like it hasn't got some stupid story that makes you think, why am I doing that?
I mean, it's like
sometimes it needs substance.
It's not.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
It's not the sort of game that does. It's just horde. It's a horde game. Like why does there have to be some long story behind it?
Yeah, but it's substance. I mean, with the amount of zombie games that are out now, I mean, it's like you've got to have some sort of substance.